Hey, move go come. Monkey, no bye bye.
No, I'm
Bende.
maybe I know you like them since I'm too well, not also to be man. Oh, I take that life.
Ah.
Then lawyers and I told my whole baby and I was with you on my chili.
Kumasi boys and girls.
See, it's me waiting to put their on a bit yes, but Momo dear, you kakra. The map bit go. But if you are embassy, you are 9, 10.
Baby, why find about? But some shame to some new show.
So one can be with me.
Ah,
So what's
that?
some of them?
Eh. To me, fine, if you. I was here from Pacho Mammy 1 minute. Goodbye, now I like no wash. Na in them come a crack. My name say, T. What do you call it? So, therefore, money, few minutes. Ako. Ah. Some. But me could do free and and then tell me feel good for you. Thank you. I was for good evening, good evening. But your bad not like an hour share it and mammy. Oba na like an share it and mammy. I was for so and then I was at the High Court, Accra High Court. Many share actually. As I say, my very busy and very hot into catch me say me na on temenka say but there are some information I wanted to talk about quickly na menko Imadex 3517 Ima akwa abampachoba na wa like na wa share edi amam so and then at the High Court na me wo ho ebi ma men kan tell say ene ebra ye kopie mu e wo High Court no na ye ko just for na Dexon I see you muted yourself oh hello na me pacho is it okay hello me pacho mama me you said me mute me ho a pacho sound neba and I am man na me hu please let me know if there is sound or no sound. It's okay. Okay. If it's okay, then thank you. If it's okay, then thank you. Okay, if it's okay. So, the case before the court. So Lumba injunction. This was an injunction application. Now, an injunction application filed by, I want to read exactly who filed those applications. So there was an injunction application filed by so there's an injunction application Oba Penny Efia Adoma Robert Jemfi aka Wofaya Opoku Georgina Jemfi Ernestina Fosua and Nana Efia Kobi. So the plaintiffs are 5 enipa num na dey asem injunction no e court enipa num a dey injunction no e court no omo de enipa mmiɛnsa anaasɛ nkurɔfoɔ wei ɛna wɔn de wɔn kɔɔ court kɔsi wɔn na odi kan yɛ Kofi Owusu ɔna dodoɔ no afrɛ no abusuapanin to park but the sound no yɛ okay a Nandex please is the sound okay? Let me know if the sound is okay. Please let me know if the sound is okay. So the odi kan yɛ abusuapanin to park ɔno ɛna yɛfrɛ no Kofi Owusu na ɔtɔ so mmienu ɛyɛ Cow Bank headquarters wɔn si Cow Bank for ɛna na ɔtɔ so mmiɛnsa ɛyɛ Transitions Funeral Home na Transition Funeral Home a wɔn si wɔn no wɔn si wɔn because ɛhɔ ɛna yɛkipi Daddy Lumba na emu no nti ɛna wɔn si no ɛwɔ ɛhɔ ɛna Cow Bank nso no wɔn si Cow Bank because wɔn susu sɛ Cow Bank ɛna Daddy Lumba fund no ɛhɔ nso no ɛyɛ adeɛ a yɛkipi ne fund no emu sika na ɛbrɛ a court ne fra asɛm na mmra no argument a na ɔmo make no argument ne bi ɛne sɛ na edi kan abusuapanin yɛ adeɛ a ɔnkɔnsɔlte the immediate family anaasɛ the nuclear family so statement of claim a ɔmo de kɔɔ court no yɛn declare that the planning preparation organization conduct performance bia abusuapanin no ɛyɛ no court declare as null and void because wɔn susu sɛ abusuapanin no adeɛ a wɔyɛ no nyinaa ɔn involve the maternal family anaasɛ the nuclear family ɛno yɛ baako then 2 deɛ wɔn kan sɛ yɛn declare one Robert Jenfi aka Yawopoku sɛ ɔno ɛnyɛ the immediate family head of Daddy Lumba ɔnyɛ the immediate family head of Daddy Lumba nti no ɔno no court no ɛnyi no ɛmfa ɛmfiri hɔ mmiɛnsa a declaration that the first defendant ɛyɛ abusuapanin to park ɔno yɛn declare sɛ ɔnyɛ immediate family head ɛma the maternal family ɛyɛ Charles Kwadwofosu abusua ebio a declaration that the first defendant is not a member of the immediate maternal family of Charles nti still ne ɔmo ka no ebio a declaration that Daddy Lumba Memorial Foundation LPG account with the second defendant ɛyɛ Cow Bank for no yɛn order say maternal family no ma yɛ ma kwan ɛma abusuapanin no ɛnkɔyi sika bia ɛmfa mfiri ɛno akyi an order of the court restraining the first defendant ɛyɛ abusuapanin to park court no order no say ma ɔnkɔyi sika bia ɛmfi account no anaasɛ found ne mu bi an order restraining ɛyɛ sɛ check bi a wasign ne obi a ne din wɔ so bi a ɛnyɛ maternal family ne so no yɛnyi ne din ɛmfa mfiri so another director that the third defendant not to release another order to ɛyɛ transition sɛ ma transition for release body no ɛmfa ɛmma ɛyɛ abusuapanin ebio the last order ne sɛ we should place an injunction on it ɛnra lawyers akuku dam ɛkasaayɛ ɛkyerɛkyerɛ wɔn nsɛm ɛkyerɛ court no sɛ nokorɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ a sɛ yɛ grant injunction na ɛde ɔhaw bɛba ebio nso wɔn san nya akokɔduro kyerɛkyerɛ mu kyerɛ court no sɛ nokorɛ sɛ ɛka a wɔn abɔ no mu ne adeɛ no nsɛ sɛ court no grant other party ɛyɛ maame Ernestina no mo nso lawyers kyerɛ sɛ abusuapanin no ɔnyɛ immediate family member oyi sika bi fi account ne ma ɔmo abusuafoɔ no amane ɔno a na akɔfa nkurɔfoɔ bi asɛ namfofoɔ bi a obi anim wɔn abusua anim ɛna wakɔfa wɔn a ɔne wɔn ɛyɛ ɛyɛ ne ho hyehyɛeɛ eti if anything crack he should involve them. He should be able to involve the nuclear family or the maternal family. Now, court no adjourn case ni to ene or the ruling ebeba. Anope court say no do and odi ni ruling ebeba ebo no do abo apamusema aduasa no na court no edi ni ruling ebai. And the ruling of the court and say one, the court started by saying say upon hearing the affidavit of John Enyona Mufuri of number 3 Conda Street, Ashoman Estate, Accra, a clerk of Spirits Law Consult, Accra, for and on behalf of the plaintiff applicant therein, filed on the 3rd day of December 2025 in support of motion ex parte for an order for interlocutory injunction and the supplementary affidavit in support of Ernestina Fosu of plot 22 block W, Bonso, Asante, Kumasi, the 4th plaintiff applicant therein, for and on behalf of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th plaintiff applicants hearing, filed on the 8th day of December 2025. Now, the order continues that upon hearing the submissions of Thomas Tenkran Eshon Esquire. Now, lawyers no argument a wɔn make yɛ ɛne nsɛm ahorow a wɔn kan ne nyinaa no court no ɛkyerɛ sɛ nokorɛ earlier decision the court gave 5 orders. The first order was say mabusua penny to park enkoyi sika bia mfamfi ɛyɛ foundation account mu ma abusua penny ni nkoyi sika bia mfamfi foundation account mu. If anything on set up a different account from the first account no foundation account no on set up a different account. If anything is to go by on set a different account. The second one was say the court again said say abusua penny no involving the immediate family of Daddy Lumba. Then the third one was say because they've told the court say CID Oma report case in the CID homicide unit for no FERC investigation. They believe say autopsy na say yanye autopsy no na the court nema kwan ema yekosie emuna now autopsy ben ena yebeye so the court in his wisdom said say ene yenya botere yentwen kosi say ayi no onbeye autopsy ni bibiare. Then another order was that they should go and sign undertaking our court registry hall. Undertaking no mukako sign ni na was to the effect say ene eba say substantive case no ye wie na eka ba achiwa eka no efa ne afa ene betua sa eka no enkoye say ebi amame Ernestina abusuafo nko a ne betua kana na say abusuafo penny to park nko a abusuafo ene betua kana enti both parties were going to share that amount and pay. Now Dex no say okay, thank you. Fruits Brown Stars or said hi to I said 6767. Okay, but your sound and I say okay, oba no like no I share. So this is the full update on Daddy Lumba. What transpired from yesterday to today. So the court gave 5 orders. And the last order, which is the 5th order, was for them to sign undertaking, both parties, so that after the full trial, if there is any cost, if they incur any cost, then the parties were going to share it. Now, say be nipa ba akopa sudie and I say koye nipa ba akopa sudie, then automatically the court granted the injunction. There was so much happiness. I will court them. Papa she, they were an Mami Ernestina for sunum or fire pokunum obi any aji. Abusia penny to park and kasa. One ma court will be. Now, ye esifom. So ye case na around 10:45, 10:50 thereabout. And a ye case no. Ye case no. In some trouble you can see by form meetings. Nti the ba ye interviews any idea ewa bonten train ma lawyers ne by a granting interview. I left the court. Papa she no nyina fi court ho koye. So I left the court around 11:10, 11:15 because na say me very kind news. Now me baby do car price. Then I had a gist say the court has recalled the case. Now no. When you can as a natural man, one, he's not a court reporter. So I did not actually believe him at first. So I have to find out from some friends. Luckily for me, I left a friend. Oh yeah, Juma will you and I called, say, Madam, this is the information that I have. So rush back to the court and check for me if the court has recalled the case. So a friend me back say I'm back. Odimika could do court to them on. When who say all the lawyers, all the parties, car bank for lawyer or transition for lawyer or Mami Ernestina Fosu, the applicants, their lawyers were there, as well as the lawyers of the respondents or the defendants. They were also there. Now, I have to go back to the court. We could do court, so we could do not court and then sit here. We waited for like 10-15 minutes and the court came back. When the judge came back, so he started by saying he wants to review his earlier decision. So the lawyer for the applicant still say then he has to make his argument so that the court will give both parties time to argue. Now, the argument centered on the fact that one, if the court is not minded of the fact that Yama rule in a way, almost an hour, I feel a court say or review this session, obiti abonti e be na adwen say court then na akosuntina or review the decision. The lawyer as well made mention of the fact that time na court is say we make 2 million. The time is very short because they have barely 1 hour and he takes instructions from the client. His clients are not around. If it will be possible, the court should stood the case down. Now unfret the client, if they can come back, or he takes orders from them. Now, court and say, he's making his orders. Lawyer for the defendant or the respondent also rose to the feet and said, also when he said, the 2 p.m. night to pay the 2 million a very long time because one, Lumba Odeshia Nantia Najo, Odeshia into Kwaya Najo. It is a casi train to 2 p.m. 2 nebo, na some man for Sikanamba. Then it means that after 2 no, Omo, kwa kope, hairs a tree quine, afina. ABS home to 2 canopy na yakwakofa canopy and the earlier decision of the court and we travel far because it's in trouble for yakoye stories and so the court has placed an injunction on that the Lumba's funeral, so everybody now knows the funeral wasn't coming on. So now if the court is reviewing its own decision there, then any 1 o'clock. The second point the lawyer rose was the fact that 2 Sikanen so a court in the orgy, which is the 2 million Ghana cedis. I don't know who say Iswa. Ne arguments and say Iswa because I say Busia penny wa kapa. Abusua penny abo papa. It is a case yentua just 2 million mana. E can be wo ha transition for sika a wo gye no. Enye sika ketwa. Then canopy ho nsem any ade nti ono de hu ne say court ne say obema or sika de ya ama wo de ya. Then it should be 5 million and above. 5 million and above. Because who is a penny waboka pa. Then another point was the fact that because of the earlier publication say yene basono be grandpa na enkrofo bi wo ha omo ye say omo be yeni bi to say ensam de bebre enti onu hu ne say if anything cry the amount should be 5 million and above, not 2 million, because 2 million there ohun ni say isa owie ye respondents ne lawyer wie anso wa na transition and so lawyer sorry. So basically all the parties were in court. Just to say Mr. Menka said the supporters, because of a lawyer, your lawyer does all the talking for you. And see, so far as your lawyers were in the courtroom, then automatically you were also in the courtroom. Automatically you were in the courtroom. Of a lawyer, over court, you have no business. Your lawyer is going to do barely everything for you. So you have nothing to say. So far as they were there, the lawyers were there. Lawyer for transition and so catch a court and say he wants the court to be explicit in his order, and the court should as well further explain the orders to them and state it clearly to them so that they will understand and appreciate that if by 2 p.m. the applicant has not been able to pay the 2 million, should they release the body to them? The court said yes. 2 p.m. someone 2 years can release the body to a Busia penny or the Busia for them to go and do their funeral. Then the lawyer said again that, then court, I am stating here that before I am to release the body to the amount, a kebiara on the transition, the beji esika. The court said, I know there it be my back case. Obi di na emu abesha oho. Na court order say by 2 obi ntua sika. Na onipa na metua na me say by 2 o metua na wantua na release the body man not the woka. Na wonju sika there. And they say there obi can say it be your own matter. Me dey no dey me kira asema. Owie ye no. Ena cow bank for lawyer and so original. And the issue is when they say the court's earlier decision was that the account, which is the foundation account, and say Obi added and Saka, Abusia Penny should create another account. Does it still stand? The court said yes. As at now, Obi and Timmy Fan and Sanko can Sikano. Let me state here on court and Komose. The ruling that is out, when you be a kanya, that is the ruling. But the fact of the whole case is there was part 1 and there was part 2. That is what I would say. The part 1 is where the judge gave the orders, injuncted the funeral. We all left the court premises. There was jubilation. There was everything. People left the court. The supporters left the court. There was nobody there. Eka few bloggers, eka few lawyers around, and other litigants on the case, including me. I left the court. There was nowhere in the earlier decision of the court that the court made mention of any 2 million. No, there was nowhere. There was nowhere. First ruling of the court, the judge never said, the judge never mentioned any 2 million. There was no amount. There was no figure. No. It was after almost 1 hour. Almost 1 hour, because I left the court around 11:15. Maybe do car price. I have to turn and go back to the court. Until I would see Angel News Biano. They did the story, they kept calling, and I was not picking because we could do it. Now I wanted to know what was going to happen before I can give a concrete report. Mempe report is nesin. Mempe report afafa. Mempe report a minimum facts. So I needed to get all the facts. The first one, I was in the courtroom. I had my facts. So after the court came back, the judge came back and a judge never can say, this is my ruling. So after the applicant's lawyer has spoken, after the respondent's lawyers have spoken, the first respondent, the second respondent, the third respondent, lawyers are concerned. This is the ruling of the court. And upon hearing this, so actually to me the comments about what question be to me ebisa. I'm ready to answer every question for you. So court is saying upon hearing the submissions of Thomas Timcrine is shown counsel for and on behalf of the plaintiff applicants therein with George Agbeku Esquire and Elizabeth Lamte Esquire, and in the presence of Dominic Kweju Osei Esquire, holding brief for Fatih Ali Yala Esquire, counsel for and on behalf of the first defendant respondents therein, with Ahausan Hudi Esquire and Nuhu Lama Esquire and Edmond Akron Esquire, counsel for and on behalf of the second defendant respondent therein, with Thomas Adai Nketia Esquire and Kwejo Riafe Ano Esquire, holding brief for Cynthia Apiedu Esquire, counsel for and on behalf of the third defendant herein. It is hereby ordered that the first respondent, his agents and assigns, the clearer one. It is hereby ordered that the first respondent, okay, so it's the first respondent, his agents and assigns are hereby restrained from organizing the funeral rites and burial of Charles Kweju Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, deceased, scheduled for 13 December 2025, pending the final determination of the matter. So this is the earlier decision. It is further ordered that the third respondent be and is hereby restrained from releasing the body of the deceased for burial, pending the final determination of the matter. Enti court ni order ebusua pani ne nkrofo ne nanfofo obi ase eyie no emba so. That is the point 1. Point 2, further order say the third respondent, which is the transition home, ese omonso mo omu release the body no emfa ma ebusua ne ebusua pani nyina. Now the third order, it is again ordered that the first respondent convenes a meeting involving all interested parties, including the applicants, spouses, and children of the deceased or their representatives and other relevant stakeholders, to plan and fix a date for the final funeral rites of the deceased. As at this time, the court is saying, say, the third order, they say, ebusua penny to pack. On convey meeting, on frame meeting na offer no. As so involving all the parties. Inti mama Ernestina nom, ejapoku nom, ose nkwala no, ose ebusuafo, ene eyere nom, oka spouses, one can spouses, enti. As a sebusuafo no, nyinara, eyere no mienu, ema nyinara, ebusuafo nyinara, omunkoshia. Na omum plani eyie no, enti. Eriano obi oti me report me can say even the earlier date be aba say yes next year March no kra eno kra no court adwem no na no nye data court ne de ama wo So a na the court in the court wisdom no as some court na se pay date foforo so mo court na se na date na omo be wakofa na ye march de na and the abusuafo no mo amasema but court say say omo abusuapani free meeting ema eyerenom abusuafo ni nyina no say omo ba meeting ni bi. He is to do so within 3 weeks. The court in the crowd order or catch a bush appendix say, oh yes, I deal within 3 weeks. Now what you mean, sir? It's in Kayenu and Maso Ochina. Meetings, you know, ne a mawam now what you mean, say, Omunkoye meeting. It's now what you mean, son of Koye meeting and near Mrs. So dear. I feel no pay data. One more debeko, aquacoye, a year no. Now, see, the next order I say, it is also ordered that the first respondent separates funds raised for the funeral from the account of that Lumba Memorial Foundation, LBG. Okay, say maka say, court na akache abusuapeni to park say, Sikana a year foundation is sika mon sanka because the argument of the applicants say, a dear abusuapeni to park sika bi foundation nim a ombo bia mane signatories to the account kra omunim wom nti ya dia court ne say or the order to ne so. This is the last order anka ha ne see ye order we anka ha ne see ye but me problem and say anka court no order we ya obi afi court ho koye no the lawyers should have applied for the court order. Oman kwajisa order we. Into court ni review ni second review ni decision ni earlier decision ni we. And na order we beka ho say it is also further ordered that the applicants pay 2 million by 2 p.m. as deposit against the cost to be incurred. Failing within the order of interlocutory injunction will be vacated. Court brofo kitwa we ameka ye nyina ne say court say omuntua 2 million by 2 p.m. area area 2 p.m. So omuntua 2 million by 2 p.m. ne dia. Then injunction na ye grant ye eni ho biem afeli. So me as a court correspondent, as a court reporter, there was nowhere a judge in his earlier decision he made mention of 2 million. No, my note is here. I have my note. He never mentioned any 2 million. He never mentioned any 2 million. No, there was no 2 million anyway. It was after the review. It was after the review and okofa the 2 million 2 p.m. And the lawyers they had time to make arguments in the courtroom why we should grant it, why the court need not to even review his decision, why the court need to review his decision. So the decision of the trial court, Emmanuel Kofi Diabo, if Onono say Makawi, I have the right to review it. Me, I'm a Brakwambofo. I can't go and ask the judge, say, why did you review your decision? Why did you change your decision? And every court has the right to review its own decision. The Supreme Court reviews its own decision. The High Court can review its own decision. Yes, you're fine to say a mistake. And mistake, we do corrections. But even with this one, it wasn't a mistake. The court in its own wisdom say, ne me kaye no me di bi ka ho enye se me yen sakrayo me di bi ka ho. That is what basically the court is saying. Me can say me di bi ka ho. So that is what happened. Now let me come and answer your questions. Let me see if you have any question, please. Nadexin first, how can the court hear this case the day before the funeral because anything can happen? Yes. So one of the lawyers for Abusuapeni said, even the procedure of the court, the High Court procedure rule states that, and the Supreme Court procedure rule states that there was you can't file for an injunction and hear an injunction within 3 days. Even 2 weeks is very serious. But the court heard it. It's no there. Since the court heard it, then automatically you can't do anything. You just have to come. Now your second question is asking this amount at the time. How do they expect that money to be brought within that short time? That is the issue, because at that time na papa she call, na mami Ernestina call, na wafa poku also call. So nobody was around. Lawyers in the cramp, they were on their way to the house, to their offices. And now that decision came up. So obi ntimi nkyerɛ sɛ sika ne bi da bank korampo a wobɛkɔ fie akɔfa wo check ɛsɛ woba bank back to bank na ɛsɛ time ne koraa ɛkɔ. So ɛno deɛ is the decision of the court nso yɛntɔn tomatoes nti yɛnsrɛ nte soɔ wɔ hɔ. ɛno no court yɛ left yɛ banner no upward. We don't I said that I said Trump. I said Trump, Eugene. So sorry. So I don't know. So that short period, seriously, I can't tell where they were going for that amount. Then Mimi said, is it legal for a second decision? And this has happened before. Mimi, yes, it's normal. The court has every right to review his own decision. And yet who sao? And yet one was say court a review ne own decision. But most of the time, I know Supreme Court say Supreme Court a review or no any decision. But the High Court also can review his own decision. But as a quiet now way far so no as a ama aye kakra. But the court has every right to review its own decision. Yes, so Mimi, that is it. Mami Efua Mensa, Osebusia Penny did not incur the cost he is claiming in 1 day. So why is the court ordering the parties to pay 2 million in just within a day or within? Even not within the day, it was within 1 hour, because court never ruling. No, now it was review the decision. Now it was around. Meeting like I said, it's almost 1:30 difference. I don't know. It's so na idea where they were even going to get that money to pay me there. I don't know. Now they say, Ted, is it a dead body so it can't travel at night? Really, it feels like a setup. But then they say the law is an ass. The case should have been heard earlier in the week. So that was the one. So they say Lumba audition into Kwayanajo, audition and Tianajo. So they pray the court say enyentam Emma wom. Omo enyentam Emma wom. It's omo de no. So within the week, file a case date a court in the time a court and I don't know, so I'm filing in tema. Maybe if you have any blame, you can as well blame both parties, because lawyer no ko filing or no ko file case in the bank. That is the issue. Ko filing in the bank. So file the urgency of the case. We are ex parte application. It will be a different thing. So file we schedule time. Time no was enra so we no court no so person court na se no ye na adwuma yi nti o se mo nko ene na maba, and also it's Friday, so you can't blame anybody now and you can't say so be answer yard. And now be must they have a right to review. The judge had time to think about it and he could not come up with all the decision before today. No matter Obin Johnson, Samantha was Ghana. Okay, so So basically, this is what happened. If there are any other questions, you can as well ask. Yes. So basically, this is what happened. So the impression we are creating outside, say, um, the judge read everything, and later no one can read and for APA jubilate without hearing the other part. No, please, it's neither here nor there. No, it's neither here nor there. There was no latter part as to the 2 million. No, there was no mention of any 2 million anywhere at that point in time until say court no ɛfrɛfrɛ parties ne back say ɔbɛ abɛ review ne decision as at now no deɛ that is basically what happen a ɛnɛ Lumba na ɛyie no ɛreba so ɛwɔ Kumasi. So Lumba, that is what happened in court. Papa Shi ɛne abusuafoɔ no nyinaa were there. They were very happy. They were very, very, very happy. They said, "Me tell Papa Shi wa." Papa Shi said, "Ebia, onim say 14th March next year. Almost on my year dia. Abusuafoɔ ba na wa like na wa share dem. Ne nipa ɛbɛhwɛ yɛ dɔɔso. Mo like kakra. Ah. Kofi Jerry cancer. So I was for basically that is what happened in court. I just wanted to clear this issue. Then my quick one. The quick one is Mama Pat. Hey. And I mean person make Mama Pat. So Mama Pat any gift adore you. So what is our Papa Chow. So we are just waiting to hear what the court decision is. And your friend is saying ɔne ɔsɔfo apɛ abɛbile council yɛhwɛ what the decision of the court will be ɛna ne appeal no nso yɛastarting and me nsɛm ama mehyɛ nkɔm baako Mama Part will come out. I'm telling you from the look of things what happened the other day ɛwɔ court dem say Mama Part akwete no kora mpo a ne years no ɛbɛba from kra. I'm telling you, quote me but ne date to your friend me Amabra Kwampofo. I am saying it from the very day I went to court for the appeal. No, I can confidently tell you say next year, if everything goes well, Mama Part will come out by first week in March. Yes, by first week in March. If everything Mama Part will come out. Say, even if the court does not acquit and discharge her, the years, 15 years ago, court ne better so amane kitwe bi. And I'll never be surprised say obetimi anya be menka years no dey. I'm 5 years ninte. I'm 5 years ninte. I don't want to see it. Why? I'm 5 years ninte. But I can tell you, I have that conviction. Me court na court them. I look at everything. I watch everything. I study everything. Apart from that, I read documents, the court documents, the Odeba courts, what you are bringing to court, what you want the court to rely on. The courts that you want to rely on, the documents that you want to rely on, those documents, I take my time to read it. And reading it, helps me to understand how I would back court. Now, a nipa mienu na moko cancel. So, what they are the buy anyway, so they are the buy. I take my time to read it. Me read it, then I I wait and see say when dear names you womb. Can you prove what dear now the buyer? Do you have the evidence? Obi wa out me kind of facts. Ewie, what me say? Oh dear, they can't prove it. They can't prove it. So automatically, if you can't prove it, the entire maker say, I have a conviction say it's likely Mama Pat will come out. Mama Pat will come out and say, the lawyers has been able to pinpoint some holes. Ewo, the trial ne course or circuit court in. So, the Hoyan for new witnesses. Yen fra dance phobia. So we are just going to rely on what happened at the circuit court. What happened at the circuit court? Were there some truncations? Were there some nuisance? And then maybe a course were uncle yana. So then, what do we do? If that is so, then the court has every right to even quash the decision. And from what Attorney General is saying, fine. The court has made its decision 15 years on serving. On serving 1 year. I think we are serving 5 months. But the court can still go ahead and quash the decision. And the court can as well go ahead and reduce the years. And the court can as well go ahead and add more years. Maybe I can say, okay, for appealer, a nema miensa. Either say a better so. If you know a better so. And I say, you better quash the decision, you'll be acquitted and discharged. And now say, if it's me the years, maybe I can. So, 3 things. Either they review it for you, either they quash the decision, or they top up for you. But from the look of things, the way the lawyer is doing his things, and the way the prosecution is also dancing wadre, and going through the documents and the portals the lawyer is pulling out to the court. I have a conviction. I have a very good conviction. So let's wait and see what will happen. But basically, Pachowa or Dodda the Lumba, Mamma the name of my lines in Pacho, Monko, Namunko Jay. Uncle Jana ye ne kama na nye fe. De aye ne de. Ye den aye na eba so. Ose ankwa no ma ne bre so anoko ne bre so ye. Na chi aye poto basa. And if you are penning to park and I'm addiction nearby way nama, addiction way nama. So let's go. So far as the court has spoken, any the SCJS yanko na yanko supported that the Lumba na abebiama. So abutrika was a one abutrika abranti fefefe ya so edra abranti ono to ko atoka so this is way Ghana abranti amunya abutri. They say them doesn't make a baby right. Therefore, let me leave you here. If there are no questions for me, and if everybody is okay, thank you so much for joining me. It was lovely having you back. I just wanted to clear some doubts because now I say people were confused. And we say for church on some bloggers need a hypertension. So I just wanted to take my time, then break things down for you. So basically, that is what happened in court today. That led to the funeral of Daddy Lumba. That led to the funeral of Daddy Lumba. See, I don't know I'm sure. And Lumba, you know, Basso. And see, Lumba yie no. So gu so transition ɛne deɛ ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ɛhɔ ɛno no. Yep. Ti abusua ma so let me leave you then. Abusua for mami family here. So I'll be giving you updates as time goes on. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, my name is Amma Brako Ampofo. So I came to give you an update. If you have any question, please, you can call me. Then we will talk. Or you send your questions. Okay. Kakari or Siri, we all have to learn from this because our justice system is corrupt. Please be careful. Oh, bra. Our justice system. You have nothing to say. Our justice system. Oh, but your mama, I'm like an amon share mammy ratty. Nene, and I may yet time, my mamma. If you don't share, I will cry. So this is Lumba for you. Then your name, a ball background was the idea. Let's all go and support Daddy Lumba in the mix. And go support Daddy Lumba. That was for Amanda Massey. Na memfam NC ha. You can see me see a cham p. Memfam NC ha. Thank you. See, it's a confusion question, but all the same. Let's see what happens. It was for a best essential, Madam Massey. Bye bye. What is that? Oh. Hey. Let me end my life. Amma, good evening, GH Accra TV1. Good evening. Boko there. But I hope Obiara okay with my explanation. Obiara okay. Huh. GH Accra TV 1. Okay. 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 La la la. Okay. 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 Thank you. Okay. Ooh. Apom. Apom. You are not asking me questions, so I have proof. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. So that is what happened in court today. And I'm breaking it down. Dear mom, Simpacho, I feel now, Oba, I become a one. Now,